Did a silly game between a married couple turn deadly? A bizarre case out of California has left many stunned as a woman stands accused of fatally shooting her husband in what she claims was nothing more than a tragic accident during a playful moment, 7 years after Patrick Duffey was shot in the head inside the couple's suburban living room. His wife, Linda Duffey Gwartz, is still insisting she never meant to harm him. Appearing in a Los Angeles County courtroom, Linda tearfully denied any intent to kill, telling the court, "This was a horrible accident. I wish I could take away your pain, but I can't." Linda has admitted to pulling the trigger back in 2007, but her story is anything but ordinary. According to her, the shooting happened during a light-hearted moment involving cartoon voices, a regular part of the couple's quirky relationship. Linda spoke with investigators just hours after the shooting. She claimed her husband was preparing for a trip to the shooting range and had placed his .38 revolver nearby. What followed, she said, was a reenactment of one of their usual silly routines, mimicking characters like Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny. She told detectives, "We always joke around." He said, "No more buwwets," like Elmer Fudd, and I responded the same way. Believing the gun was empty, she said she began to fan-fire the weapon in a cowboy-style move her husband had once taught her, only to accidentally shoot him as he leaned forward unexpectedly. The emergency call came just after noon on April 26, 2007. When deputies arrived at the home in Whittier, they found Patrick Duffey dead on the couch, his left hand still in his pocket and a pillow supporting his leg. A pool of blood surrounded the area where his head had rested. Detective Sean McCarthy and Shannon Laren were initially divided. Lauren suspected Patrick had been shot while sleeping. McCarthy, however, felt the scene lacked signs of a violent altercation and decided to hear Linda's full story. Friends say Linda had always been eccentric. College classmate Julie Prendergast described her as theatrical and childlike, often laughing uncontrollably at inappropriate times. "She was goofy," Prendergast said. That was just who she was. Linda and Patrick married after meeting through mutual friends. According to those who knew them, the couple shared a playful dynamic, constantly joking and mimicking cartoon characters. Family members described them as inseparable and deeply connected, but police remained cautious. The story about fan firing a revolver while pretending to be a cartoon character raised questions. Sergeant Laren later admitted, "The part about the fan firing didn't sit right with me." Still, Linda's initial interview was calm, consistent, and, to some, genuinely emotional. Detective McCarthy believed her strange but detailed account might actually be true. "She was different, yes," he said. "But something about her made me think she wasn't lying." No charges were immediately filed. The investigation continued as forensic teams worked to determine whether the shooting could have occurred the way Linda described. As the court revisits the case years later, one question continues to loom large. Was this a tragic accident caused by childlike behavior and a loaded weapon, or something more sinister, masked by a silly voice? The search for truth continues.